Rivian unveiled the upcoming truck under the working name A1T in May 2018 but rebadged the vehicle in November 2018 as the R1T. Designed to be off-road capable, the 2018 concept design was planned to have 14 in, 360 mm, of ground clearance, feature an 800 horsepower, 600 kilowatts, 810 PS, electric motor, with the most expensive models being designed to achieve approximately 450 miles, 720 kilometers, on a charge. The company claimed that early prototype testing showed the truck to be able to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour, 0 to 97 kilometers per hour, in under 3.3 seconds, wade through 1.1 meters, 3 feet 7 in, of water and climb a 45-degree incline. These design objectives were largely achieved in the 2021 production vehicle release. Rivian said it was designing the vehicles to facilitate car sharing with their autonomous features. In 2018, Rivian stated it intended to license its electric chassis to other manufacturers as a design base for machinery such as cars and other components. As of 2018, Rivian stated it planned to begin production of the R1T in 2020. In March 2021, Rivian announced plans to develop a network of public charging stations by 2023. Similar to competitor Tesla, they plan to eventually offer a combination of fast chargers and slower destination chargers, while also selling home chargers. The target is for 600 Rivian-only Adventure Network sites with 3,500 DC fast chargers at high-traffic locations. 200 kilowatts will be the initial charging speed, with an eventual target of 300 kilowatts. As of March 2021, the company is planning 10,000 destination chargers, Level 2, 11.5 kilowatts, called Rivian Waypoints, at retail, lodging, and dining businesses, as well as parks and other locations. Waypoint chargers are slated to be available to all EVs with a J1772 connector. Starting July 2021, Rivian will install, at no cost to the government, 2 Rivian Waypoint chargers at up to 50 Colorado state parks and state recreation areas. In the summer of 2021, journalists from Motor Trend became the first to cross the Trans-America Trail in an electric vehicle, on a 7,686 miles, 12,369 kilometers, journey covering terrain including rocks, mud, gravel and sand, using a stock R1T pre-production version of the truck. In September 2021, the first customer vehicle rolled off the production line and was delivered to a customer. The Rivian R1T was initially offered with 3 different batteries sized 105 kWh, 135 kWh, and 180 kWh of energy storage. Rivian R1T will have a range of 230 miles with the smallest battery, 314 miles for the medium battery, and over 400 miles for the largest battery. Additional batteries can be mounted in the R1T's bed for improved range. Those backup/auxiliary batteries can be charged by another R1T, if no charging infrastructure is available. According to Car and Driver magazine, the real-world range with a 129 kWh battery range of 220 to 280 miles, 355 to 450 kilometers, highway driving, depending on tire choice. Rivian began delivering the first R1T trucks to customers in October 2021. Few vehicles in our long-term fleet are as competent as our 2022 Rivian R1T, which comes with standard all-wheel drive, 835 horsepower, 908 pounds-to-foot of torque, and snow-rated all-terrain tires. Therefore it should come as no surprise that when photographer Brandon Lim wanted to go snowboarding in the mountains east of Los Angeles in Big Bear, it was the logical choice. As it turned out, a significant snowstorm arrived, making an otherwise straightforward weekend excursion difficult. His description of the R1T's performance is provided here. Snow performance. In order to get to Big Bear, I had to travel the freeway to the base of the mountain, quickly recharge the Rivian's battery, climb the mountain on a winding, narrow road for a considerable amount of time, and then divert onto a Forest Service trail to get to my rental cabin. Sadly, I started down the route just as one of the powerful atmospheric rivers that were slamming California rolled into the mountain. In a split second, snow froze into ice, snow turned to muck, and my quick cut became a long one. As the snow intensified, the Rivian's tires began to fail, slipping and sliding back into the trail's deep ruts. I followed the tracks left by earlier vehicles to aid the R1T make progress. Being able to feather the pedal and add very little amounts of power without spinning the tires was essential to make it up the mountain. This is where Rivian's distinctive quad motor technology really shined. As the Land Cruisers and Toyota 4Runners I passed on the trail were spinning their wheels in the snow, I carefully and steadily advanced without losing traction. I got to enjoy the R1 Excessive T's torque when the trail cleared up. Even at half throttle, 12-foot rooster tails may be sent flying from all four corners in deep dirt washes. I never had to be concerned about power loss at altitude or flooding and harming the powertrain because there was no internal combustion engine drawing in air. Regrettably, it is exactly what occurred to a Land Cruiser that was driving too fast in front of me. While attempting to cross a mud wash, its engine seized, rendering it unusable. After a GMC Yukon Dually's fruitless attempt to recover the Land Cruiser while the storm was still in full swing, the vehicle was abandoned by the side of the trail to be found later. The Rivian felt rather unstoppable once it had passed the Land Cruiser and was driving on snow-covered town streets. During the journey to our cabin, the R1T was reassuring and sure-footed. I wouldn't have chosen to traverse the mountain without chains or special snow tires in those challenging conditions in anything else. The buttons on the gear tunnel, tonneau cover, and tailgate of the Rivian were covered in half an inch of ice by morning, and the tailgate itself was frozen shut. In order to force the gear tunnel doors open because the R1 on-screen T's controls were unable to do so, I opened one of the back passenger doors and banged it shut. Once I managed to get it open, I crammed 4 adults in winter gear inside the cabin along with 2 snowboards, 2 helmets, and 2 pairs of snow boots. I was astonished to find that we had consumed 15% of the R1 state T's of charge by the time we pulled into the lot, considering that the distance from the cabin to the ski resort was only 3 miles. Keeping the cabin warm in the frigid temperatures put greater strain on the battery even though we spent the majority of the time stuck in traffic. With so much glass within the interior, the windows rapidly became fogged up, yet the front and rear defrosters performed flawlessly. Condensed water rather than snow or ice accumulated on the glass roof because it functioned so well.